see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shitty, my bros rock.
Oh, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and we are just getting ready to go to the gym to squat some heavy ass weight. So if you want to see that, make sure to stay to the end of this video. But today we're doing another Sarms review, and today we're actually not really talking about Sarms. We're actually talking about an extreme fat burner known as SR9009, and it is a fat burner that is not a SARM. Just a fat burner, and it has zero effects on your testosterone, your hormone levels. You don't need a PCT for it. It won't put you out of whack, and technically speaking, you could actually do this like year-round with no proven side effects or known health risks associated with that. Now, I don't recommend it, but you could. You really could. So I'm gonna get into my experience, and like I always say, guys, my experience doesn't have to be right because it's what happened to me, and science is only as good as the trials it has done. And since SR9009 has not been humanly studied, there is no human trial-based evidence. So I guess you're just gonna have to take what I say and test it on your lab rats yourself. So let's get into what they tested on rat. The biggest thing that SR did or does, whatever, is it lowers glucose. And I'm gonna explain this in a way that everyone can understand. Glucose is almost inevitable up until these SARMs kind of came up. No matter what you did, glucose would be produced, and glucose would be produced through the night. And glucose basically means high blood sugars. When your blood sugars are high, you will not lose fat efficiently. You will not have nutrient delivery efficiency. You will not gain muscle efficiently. And in like the worst case, if you have too high glucose or blood sugar, you will actually need to get like a part of your leg amputated or arm because the circulation in your body will be so poor. The blood flow will be so poor. Glucose is just killing you from the inside out if you can't get it under control. So, in the study of the rats that they did, SR actually stopped the genes that produce glucose, and it had zero effect on insulin sensitivity. Theoretically, on their rats, it did reduce cholesterol, which is actually quite weird considering the blood work I got done on it did lower my cholesterol. My cholesterol was on the higher side. It was sitting at 4.2 before I took SR9009, and right after I finished taking it, my cholesterol was 3.5, which was an almost perfect level. Now guys, so much goes into play with that. Now, when I started taking SR, I was dieting better. I was cheating less. I was being more active. I was pushing myself harder in the gyms. So was my cholesterol changed just because of the SR, or was it my additional healthy habits? Who really knows? But it's weird that that was one of the studies, and that is actually what happened to myself. And more or less, it just increases the mitochondria. Now, mitochondria is like water. It is like the building block of your body, your life. So if you have more mitochondria, you're gonna be faster, you're gonna be stronger, you're gonna burn more fat, you're gonna burn more calories. Now, this has kind of been marketed for a drug that works when you absolutely do nothing. And that is technically correct, because if you were to just sit on the couch and do absolutely nothing and burn 2,000 calories a day, and you were to take SR, you would in essence burn 21 or 2,200 calories just because of the added mitochondria, the lower blood sugar levels, the higher base metabolic rate. So pairing that with extreme diet and exercise, you can achieve a pretty wicked physique. So getting into my personal experience, I only ran this for a 4-week period, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because it has a 4-hour half-life. Do you know how hard it is for my short-term memory to remember to take a pill every 4 hours? And guys, I took this for 6 weeks, but I only tell you 4 because for the first 2 weeks, I forgot half the dosages. I'm like, okay, with meal 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I'm gonna take this. Just 5 milligrams. And then I would always forget to take it, and then my results were skewed. But for the 4 weeks that I could take 5 milligrams 5 times a day, I saw ridiculous increases in athletic performance. Now, I'm not saying that you will see the same. Because a lot of you guys are like, well, I didn't see anything. Well, bro, like, you clearly haven't dieted or haven't trained or even attempted to push yourself harder. So everyone else that takes it sees a difference, but then you come on here and be like, yeah, it does nothing. I think that you may possibly be the problem. I really liked SR simply due to the fact, and I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys, it's basically like a placebo because I was taking it more frequently. I think I found it more effective than GW. Now I have a video on GW and you guys know that I love GW. I actually just started taking GW again, but you take one little pill of GW and then you're done. And it's over. And yes, I could split up those dosages, but when I was taking something 5 times a day, religious, I don't know if it was like a click in my mind, but I felt because I was taking it more frequently, it was more effective, which scientifically is not the case whatsoever, but my mind, I feel, was like tricking myself into burning more fat because it thought that it had something to keep going, if that makes sense. The third thing that I noticed is my sleep schedule was absolutely whack. Now, SR9009 does affect your circadian rhythm, which is basically your 24-hour alarm clock. And I kind of dove really deep into this, and I do think that there is possibly a way around this. Now, I've looked into sleep schedules for everything, and actually, as human beings, some people have seen that we are more effective to sleep 2 4-hour periods instead of 1 8-hour period. So if you are going to look at like how we are actually designed to sleep, I honestly think that SR9009 is actually designed for how the human body should be. Because you would sleep 4 hours and you would most likely get a very good sleep for those 4 hours, but then you would wake up feeling super rested. If you guys ever taken SR before, you know that you'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, yo, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start the day. It's really good for that. And it's really good to kind of get your morning going. So that was really cool. The second thing is, if you look at your circadian rhythm, your deepest sleep is between 10 and 2 a.m. Anything after that is kind of just pointless because you're not getting into a true deep REM sleep. Now, I don't really do the 10 to 2, but when I was on that schedule, I felt phenomenal, and I think that if you can somehow get your schedule to sleep more between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., and then get yourself up around 4 or 5, that SR would not affect your sleep schedule whatsoever. But I have not personally tested that. That is just a theory in my mind. So take that with a grain of salt. And if any of you guys have tested that, please leave it in the comments below because I would absolutely love to hear it. And the final thing that I did when I was taking SR is that I much preferred taking a higher dosage for a short period of time. Now, I strongly suggest, obviously I said that technically you could run this for a year round, but I really think that doing a 6 or 4 week more aggressive cycle of something like GW or SR is going to be much more efficient than running like a 12 or 16 week cycle. Remember guys, these are fat burners. So you should be using these during a cutting phase. You shouldn't be using these during a bulking phase to try to stay leaner during your bulk. You're just gonna do your body much more harm than good. So I would diet, get your base metabolic rate up naturally, and then when you're about 5 to 10 pounds away from your goal weight, then coming in with something like GW or SR, or even doing the two at the same time and really narrowing in and getting that physique that you fucking need to shred on the beach this summer. So that's really it. Super straightforward. There was no side effects of SR9009, and every one of my friends and my clients that have taken it as well have not seen any noticeable sides. But with that said, like I say in every Sarms video, guys, Sarms are ridiculously under-researched and under-known. Nobody knows the effects of Sarms. So if you were to abuse Sarms and take them for yourself and not give them to your lab rat, please beware that you are possibly doing damage to your body. That is it. So, very short review today, very high energy. I'm super stoked to be in prep again. We got the long hair, it's killing it. We got a new neck tattoo because, you know, bodybuilder life. We're about to head to the gym to fucking squat heavy. We are back in the gym for squat day today, and we are going to be doing kind of like a speed paused squat day. I'm really not sure how my back's gonna hold up. My back has never hurt this much in my entire life. We're gonna start throwing on some weight, we're gonna squat, and then we're gonna train legs. Probably just gonna put some music to it, have some fun. We got Martin behind the camera, go check him out. Let's train.